The lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offense and quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. No gain on the play there, second down. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
A first carry here for Kene Nwangu. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Play action. Now it's Murray. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the side.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Bryant with a catch right side. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A pick 6 on the first play of the drive. And, Charles, we have our first points of the game, making it 6-0.
And while it's only 6 points in the first quarter, it certainly takes a lot of pressure off of them, doesn't it? They're in the lead. They have control. Now they just want to settle in and play their game and defend that advantage.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to them a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. On a gain of 3 on the play. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
On play action, it's Murray. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott. That'll be pulled in downfield by Collins. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 33 yards that time. 7-7, our score after 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
But, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Now Prescott on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on fourth.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Shotgun now from Murray. And a big loss here as he's taken down. He couldn't escape the pressure. They go backwards in a big way there on the sack.
It's almost closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. .47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now a handoff looking right. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Fielded right around the 8. First down, Murray. Complete. Smith has it. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Going down the middle, and it's complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Hauled in over the middle by Rager. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
On second down now, it's Bryant. And he'll take this one down to the 36. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one is right down Broadway. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response.
He's got him in, complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. Down to the 22-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 22, Murray.
That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down.
Oh, here's a running play now for Thielen.
And he'll be out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. Now a handoff up the middle. Bryant, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have retaken a third-quarter lead.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
And they'll accept that penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
Takes it at the 7. And he returns this to the 22.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
On third down, it's Prescott. Forced out to his left. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
This is taken at the 18. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
On 2nd down, it's Bryant. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Straight ahead, here's Nwogu.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Throwing now is Murray. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as they'll come on to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. Right side. Touchdown, Houston. Such an impressive punt return, 83 yards.
And the Texans have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will make this a 4-point game. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On 2nd and inches, Murray dancing to his left. And he goes out right around the 39. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a 1st down.
Back now in Houston. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Murray. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Play fake. Murray. He'll fire it deep for Rager. That's caught inside the 20.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. It's so easy to focus on the speed and elusiveness of Kyler Murray, but as he shows right there, don't sleep on the arm strength.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. This is caught. Touchdown. Herb Smith Jr. An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Vikings have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 44, Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Prescott. Open man is Mechie, and he's got him. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth.
Second and 6 from the 10.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
For it here. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On the sneak, it's Prescott. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Now Murray. Over the middle, it's complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. And they will take a knee here. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Vikings, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll have another road date next week